Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Rachel Brown, and today we are going to do um, Momentum Friday. We're going to go over how to reignite your drive, breaking free from the slump to unlock your full potential of, succeeding in your business. So, why motivation matters. Obviously, motivation drives action. If you are just sitting around and you're not doing anything, you're not motivated, right? So you're not going to do anything. You have to give yourself that motivation so that way you are doing things to be successful, right? It's also um, the key to overcoming challenges and achieving your goals. Getting out of a slump is the first step to success. So you have to climb the stairs, right? You have to climb for your goals. You have to have that focus, the consistency to achieve success. If you're just not doing anything, you're not going to be successful. I am the queen of not being consistent. Um, and obviously it has affected me greatly with my business. I am definitely not where I want to be, and I'm kicking myself in the butt for not pushing myself to do better when I know that I can do better. I definitely get in my own head, and it really, puts me down even farther into a slump because I am always negative to myself, and obviously negativity always feeds no more negativity, so it's not going to help in the long run if, I don't change that. And it's all also about mindset. You have to have the right mindset. So you have to push yourself to do the things to keep going. Even if you're in a slump, you have to just push yourself out of that. So you have to recognize the slump. Why are you in the slump? So common signs of being in a slump are as lack of energy, procrastination, feeling stuck. Why does getting in a slump happen? Well, you might be burnt out. Have a fear of failure. You have a loss of direction, right? I know we had the call the other day with David, and there was some people on there that they said they were scared of, succeeding. Or I know I think a few people had said that they are afraid of failure. So why, right? So I want you guys to write down and think of one area in your life where you felt stuck. Go ahead and write that down. One area in your life where you felt stuck at some time, um, one way or another. Whether it was with this or before this, whatever it may be, just write that down. Okay? So the power of small wins. You have to start small to win big. You need to focus on one small achievable goal. Write that down. One small achievable goal that you want to do by, we're going to say by next week. So within the next week, one goal that you want to hit. Okay? With those goals, the small goals, you have to celebrate every win to build that momentum. Even if it's small, you have to, still celebrate it because it's still a win, right? You achieved that goal. Even if it was small, you still hit that goal. So you need to celebrate that. So, a couple of examples, you could do 10 minutes of exercise or complete a simple task, right? A single simple task. Whether it's, oh, I'm gonna um make a post today on Facebook, or it doesn't even have to be really big business related, which obviously isn't going to help your business grow, but you have to keep yourself motivated. Whether it's to write a to-do list, right, the of things that you want to achieve that day, um, or if you need the motivation to do something better to better yourself so that way you can push yourself. If you have to stand in the mirror every morning and, tell yourself positive affirmations, do that. Um, if I'm like a huge Grey's Anatomy fan, if you have to do the Amelia Shepherd and stand like Superwoman, do it, okay? Whatever you need to do to get yourself in that mindset, that positive mindset, to push yourself to achieve that goal for the day, for the week, whatever it may be. Practical strategies to reignite the motivation. So this is your motivation toolkit. The biggest thing to keep you motivated should be your why. If you don't know what your why is, you better find it right now. Write your why down, simplified if you have to. But I want everybody in the chat box right now, what is your why? A simplified version. What is your why? What is your why to do this? Jody says for business to never work for a boss ever again and work hard for me instead. Absolutely. Um, Janine, I have never had one. Well, you better get one. I'm gonna tell you right now. You need a why because your why is going to push you to keep going. Michelle, to get full time and out of my 9 to 5. Yes. Carmen, supplement my income and be my own boss. Yes. Cassidy, so I don't have to go back to work and pay a babysitter. Yeah. Like that's the biggest thing. I know some of you heard my why the other day on the call with David. Um, my why from doing this has always been my kids, to get my husband to be able to not have to work, to be able to show my kids that they don't have to work their life away to be successful, right? Because we have seen so much success in this business that we can all do it. It is very achievable. We know that, it's possible, but it's all up to us. Um, my why currently is a little bit different. I am going through some hardships right now. So I decided last minute to do this training because I need to find the strength again to push myself to keep going so that way I am not in this slump and I'm not struggling. Um, but my why has always been for my kids. I, want to be able to travel the world with them and show them different places. I don't want to be stuck and tied down to one place. Would I ever move? Probably not because I don't want to have the hassle of moving, but just because, I'm have a home, I want to still travel as much as I want to, if that kind of makes sense. But my why has always been my kids and to be able to, have my husband not work so much and stuff like that. Heather wants to work at something that I love doing, tired of working 12-hour night shifts. Yucky. Nights are not fun. Sandra, supplement my travel habit. Absolutely. Monica, to break cultural and generational hardships to give my kids a better life. Yes. See, and yeah, Monica, I feel you on that. Definitely. I definitely want to give my kids a better life too. Because I know how I grew up. Um, and I want my kids to have even more. Because I wasn't, one that was raised with a lot of money and stuff like that. We were always a small income family and stuff like that, but my parents still provided everything to me. But I want to take that up another level and give my kids just a little bit extra. But you also have to break big goals into smaller steps. Okay. Whether you say, okay, my goal is you want to book $1 million in travel sales, right? Break that down into smaller steps. Okay. Surround yourself with positive influences. We have an amazing team of incredible people. There is so much love and support on this team, and everybody is positive most of the time. There is some, little things that happen, but we keep our chats negative, no negativity is allowed. That is our main rule. Negativity is not allowed because, like I said a little bit ago, negativity feeds negativity. But we have such an amazing group of leaders and an amazing team that we are all here for one another. Right? I had A handful of people reach out to me after the call with David, making sure that I was okay. I have had other things happen last year. I'm gonna get emotional. Last year I lost my grandmother. I took the entire month of June off from this because I was not in the right mindset to be able to put the work in. I had numerous people reach out to me, making sure that I was okay, getting my trainings covered and stuff like that. I almost did not go to convention this past year because of it. When that had happened, or last year, when that happened. But I pushed myself to go. I knew that I had the support there. I told everybody if I need 5 minutes, you see me in a corner crying, I'll be okay, right? I pushed myself to go because I knew my grandmother would not want me be sitting at home and moping around. I walked stage last year to get my gold plaque. And it took a lot to do that, but I did it because I knew that, this is a great thing and I can do great things with it. You also have to reward yourself for progress, which goes in of celebrating the small steps. And you need to practice self-care as well. You need to take care of yourself as well. Um, because the biggest thing, again, it's mindset. You have to have that positive mindset. We all have bad days, but you can't let your bad day, keep you down all the time. Self-care, whether it's, retail therapy or go get your hair done, go get your nails done, um, take a walk outside, right? Something that you are bettering yourself to keep your mind okay, right? That is the biggest thing is our mental health. That's like a big thing, right? Mental health is a very strong attribute to a lot of things. And you have to be positive and to, fuel that. But this is our little motivation toolkit, right? We have the support, the rewards, your why, self-care, and the steps to the bigger goals, right? So you have to reset your mindset. So it's time to reflect. I want you guys to write down one thing that you're grateful for, one small step you'll take today, and your reward for completing that step that you're going to take today. So write that down, whether it's in the chat box or on your notes. So one thing you're grateful for, one small step you'll take today, and what you're going to reward yourself with for completing that step. All right. Let me get my stuff in the way. Overcoming obstacles. What to do when you have hit a roadblock. So you have to remember that setbacks are part of the journey. Okay? It happens to everybody. It happens, all the time. But you have to push through that. Okay? There's going to be slow months. There's going to be, times where you're getting blown up by a bunch of people. Okay? It happens to everybody. You just have to find some strategies so you can adjust your plan, but not your goal. Okay? You can seek help from mentors or friends. So reach out to your mentor. Reach out in the chats. If you don't have an accountability partner, I highly suggest you get one. We have, and Jody, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe we still have the chat going for that to get accountability partners, or there is a way to get
There's a form that you fill out.
So if you don't know where the form is, reach out to your mentor and they can get it to you. But highly suggest an accountability partner. You also have to reframe failures as learning opportunities. Okay? When you're a kid, you don't know how to walk right away, right? You have to learn how to walk. You fall down, but you get right back up again. Okay? The same thing goes here. If you fall, you have to get back up again and try again. So you just have to adjust your plan, not your goals, ask for help, and learn from the failures, from the mistakes, stuff like that. Because yes, it happens. Mistakes will happen. Um, it happens to everybody. Staying motivated long term. So build momentum and keep it rolling. Consistency is key. Guess what we say all the time? Consistency is key. You do have to be consistent to see a difference. Okay? This is like any other thing. If you build a birdhouse, right? You can't just put one stick up and it's a birdhouse. No, you have to build it, right? You have to be consistent with building all the pieces together. You have to make your small steps a habit. Whether you know, I need to do it again because it did really help me stay consistent. Jody had suggested a while ago because she does it, you make a to-do list for the day. Like the day before. So you write your list for the next day at night. And then the next day, you have that list ready to go. Check the things off as you go, right? And then at the end of the day, you make the next list for the next day. And it's okay if you don't do everything that day, but you will be more consistent. So the things that I used to write on my to-do list for every single day was to share my mock bookings 5 times in the morning, 5 times in the afternoon, 5 times in the evening. To make I also team build, so to make, a team building post and share that 5 times in the morning, 5 times in the afternoon, 5 times in the evening. And then I'm trying to think what else I would put. But different things like that, right? If you need to make a to-do list, do it. You also have to stay inspired. So whether you want to read, listen to a podcast, or join a community, um, there's a lot of different things out there. Networking, stuff like that. Get yourself out there. We all sometimes get stuck in our comfort zone, right? You have to step out of your comfort zone. Just a little bit, baby steps. I did do a training on this a while ago of stepping out of your comfort zone. But you have to push yourself. And you want to regularly revisit your goals and celebrate those milestones. Even if you make a to-do list, celebrate completing that to-do list, right? If you get every task done that you wrote down, celebrate that because you did it, right? And you always have to remember that you've got this. Motivation is a journey, not a destination. You have to believe in your ability to reignite your drive. So I want everybody to start today and take one step forward. You just have to take that first step, okay? If you don't believe in yourself to push yourself to do better, to get better, to do it, change that mindset. If you have to listen to motivational speeches or a motivational, person on YouTube or something like that, or even motivational songs, do it. Whatever you need to do to change your mindset to more positive and motivate you to get your drive back. Because I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely hate with how I have made my business so far. I am kicking myself in the butt from day one. I know what should have done and I haven't done it, and I am definitely kicking myself in the butt because of that. Another thing I used to tell people all the time is because obviously I love to see other people succeed. I told numerous people, I will put their success above my own. And I am now kicking myself in the butt because of that. But I know with where I'm at now and where I want to be, I do really have to stick to my guns and push myself to do better because I know how successful I can be with this. I know a lot of things about this opportunity in traveling and stuff like that because I put the work in, I do the research. When I'm scrolling Facebook, I stop scrolling Facebook and I open my computer and I just look up random things. I am not where I am today if it wasn't because I pushed all the buttons, because I do. I'm a button pusher. I see, ooh, what does this button do? Okay. I push all the buttons. I take the time. If there's a question that's asked in the chat, if I don't know the answer to it, guess what I do? I go and look up that answer to answer that person in the chat. Google is our best friend. Do I Google a lot of things? Absolutely. But I have gained so much knowledge from starting this that I don't know how my brain hasn't exploded yet. But that's the whole point of this is you have to push yourself to do that, right? So, I want to thank you guys for joining today. And I want to know who is ready to take the next step, and we're going to make this happen, right? Because that's how we roll. And I didn't want that to close. I wanted to. But thank you for joining, everybody. I'm going to stop the recording.